Yes, Fable: The Journey. Indeed, it's it's been in production now for quite some time. We've been working on the Kinect tech for almost 2 years, actually. With a variety of projects, and now what we've done is embrace Kinect and really thought about this one single thought: is how can you make a game which appeals to gamers like myself and yourself with Kinect that is impossible with a controller.
Well, let's take a look here. Yeah. This is Dimitri is here playing the demo, and we saw a little bit in the press conference, see a little bit more now. So tell us about, the interactions here with Kinect, because you're a core game designer.
Yeah, one of the first problems I have as a core game player is how I move around the world, how I navigate around. So what we've chosen to do is your main mode of transport is you're driving this horse and carriage, this horse and caravan. There are many different roads, there are many different branches you can take off. You can see just around the corner here, there's a mine pit. You could, take your horse down there.
It's sort of like going to like a rail. It's not open world, right?
It's open world as much as open world as a road is. You're traveling along these tracks, and there's going to be lots of branches. While you're traveling, you're going to be attacked. There's going to be things chasing you. You're going to be chasing things. A lot of the action takes place, around your caravan, and it's a really cool control system. You're going to bond with your horse in ways that you may have.
Just like your pet in black and white,
right? There you go. You can
get your leash out, right?
Yeah, you can get your leash
your
out,
horse around.
Brand your own horse, that sort of stuff.
Now, let me ask you about people interaction, because when you talked about Project Milo, there was a lot about a character.
Yes.
Are we going to see a lot of other humans in here, and you're going to talk to them, interact with them?
Yeah, absolutely. You are the first thing that happens is you don't really play a hero this time. You play a member of the Dweller tribe, and you stumble across this woman who's running from something, you don't know what, and that woman happens to be Teresa from Spire. She's been in the last 3 Fables, and you have to take her across the land. That's why it's called Fable: The Journey. You have to take her across the land. There's a lot of interaction with her, a lot of talking, there's a lot of really interesting, I'm not going to spoil the stuff that we're doing with the Kinect sensor there.
You get married in Kinect? Put the ring on her finger, Peter.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, that's good. You see, he always turns into game designer. We have to swap places. I end up interviewing you.
Oh, come on! Now it's a silly idea, but it's like the idea. I think a lot of the Fable fans wonder. It's like this was an RPG. It got more action. Now it seems like it's a first-person experience. What is Fable?
Yeah, it's true. What is Fable? We asked ourselves a lot of that. To me, Fable is this beautiful, engaging, humorous world, which surprises you all the time. And you can see with the way that Dimitri's playing this now, the magic system really is like none other. I really
like
thought...
the old gestures in black and white?
All the gestures in, the sort of things we had in black and white. But just imagine having magic in your hands and being able to craft magic, being able to make things like spears and telescopes, all sorts of things. Really, we wanted to think of a way of giving you the power, of pure magic in your hands.
That's very exciting.
And rings on your fingers.
Okay, well, it's in there. That's an exclusive, Peter. Justine, what are the folks saying on Twitter about Fable?
12 minutes away from the EA press conference, and pretty much that's all everyone is talking about. So here on Facebook, Chris B said, even though I'll never play it, I'm looking forward to seeing a new cinematic trailer from Star Wars, The Old Republic. Jake C on Facebook says, if there is anything Dead Space, that would be grand, and I agree with you. Ivan P on Facebook, excited? I'm waiting to see Mass Effect 3 trailer so I can die peacefully. And here on Twitter, we have Dane034 saying, give us Battlefield 3, can't wait anymore, nerd rage. And J.O. Scamp on Twitter says Battlefield 3 and Mass Effect 3. And guys, don't forget, you can keep tweeting us at Game Trailers on Twitter. Just make sure you're using that hashtag GTE3. And we're going to have... Oh, and also, hold on, reading some more tweets. We have people are super excited for Fable. So I'm super excited for that as well. They love the new spells.
I know people are super excited.
Well, it's great. And are you guys Kinect only as a studio?
No, not necessarily.
The controller will live at Lionhead.
Well, yes. It would be best not to say anything about
Excellent. All right, we won't get you in trouble. We'll be back more at E3 Live here on Spike.
Want around-the-clock coverage of E3? Whether it's from a computer, your TV, or mobile device? Look no further than GameTrailers.com and GTTV on Spike. Find E3 on any device, anytime. The only place to go for the biggest moments of E3, live and in high definition, is GameTrailers.com. With over 20 hours of uninterrupted live coverage, including every major press conference, jaw-dropping demos, and exclusive interviews from the site that delivers the games that matter most. Coming up at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 p.m. Pacific, EA rolls in the big guns. And we've got exclusive coverage of Game Changers EA 2011 preview from the Orpheum Theater. See the first demos of Battlefield 3, Mass Effect 3, and many more surprises. Later at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 p.m. Pacific, Ubisoft is live in LA. We've got the breaking news. See Assassin's Creed Revelations for the first time live from the Los Angeles Theater at Ubisoft's 2011 E3 press conference. And if that wasn't enough, the day ends with the Sony press conference from the LA Sports Arena. Uncharted 3, Resistance 3, the NGP, what will Sony have in store, and live on stage. All the answers are coming your way live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on Game Trailers. From there, get some rest before GT powers up for Day 2 of E3 All Access Live. Tuesday morning, we're back at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific for live coverage as Nintendo unveils its new console at its 2011 E3 media briefing. Following the briefing, stay tuned to GT for an exclusive interview with Nintendo President Reggie Fils-Aimé and a full day of exclusive game demos and reveals. And remember, the coverage doesn't stop there. It's actually just the beginning. Once the show floor opens, we don't sleep. Know that Game Trailers will have hundreds of videos, demos, gameplay, trailers, and interviews posted free, in HD, and before anywhere else, 24 hours a day. Can't get to a TV or computer during E3 week? No problem. Game Trailers' presence will be felt not only on our website, but across more platforms than ever with an E3 web app for iPhone and Android, live streaming and exclusive content on Facebook, up-to-the-minute breaking news on our Twitter feed, and an iPad-optimized live streaming player. Did you get all that? Not to worry, the entire schedule of the week's events, plus the domain for all E3 news, video, and media can be found at GameTrailers.com/E3. Nobody does it bigger or better. The moments that change the gaming industry happen first and only on GameTrailers.com, live at E3, broadcasting around the world. Are you loving all the exclusives but afraid that you'll go through withdrawal after E3 ends? GTTV has you covered. Every week, we have exclusive trailers, gameplay, and interviews from the industry's hottest games that you won't see anywhere else. Jeff Keighley knocks down developers' doors, grabbing early access to the biggest games. If it makes news in the gaming world, hosts Daniel Kaiser and Amanda McKay are on the scene. And Justine Nazarek previews the latest gaming tech. Gaming doesn't end with E3. Tune in every Thursday night, 1 a.m., only on Spike. Don't go anywhere. EA's about to hit the stage with their 2011 E3 press conference. What's the latest on Battlefield 3, Mass Effect 3, SSX, and Madden? And with new games surely to be announced, what does the future hold for the largest publisher in gaming?
I think you'd be incredibly impressed.
Don't miss a single moment of Game Changers EA 2011 preview live from the Orpheum Theater, 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific, right here on GameTrailers.com.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the show.
Hey guys, we are back here counting down to the EA briefing live on Spike TV. Lots of excitement still to come. I'm now here with Daniel Kaiser and Joel Johnson from Kotaku to talk about what we can expect from EA. You were talking about this a few minutes ago, Daniel. Battlefield 3 is the big reveal. We just saw the new demo of Modern Warfare 3. They showed 2 levels today. Battlefield is coming in. I've heard it's a tank level, so they're going to really focus on the vehicles in this. But let me go to you first, Joel. Do you think, does Battlefield have a chance to take down Modern Warfare here?
I don't know about take down, but I do know that every time we write about Modern Warfare, there's a whole cadre of people that run into the comments and say Battlefield 3 is going to, take it down. Like, they have a huge fan base already for something that hasn't had a game in a while. So it's also a little bit of a different game. I think it's a little bit unfair to compare the multiplayer aspects because Battlefield tends to be a little more strategic and Call of Duty tends to be a little more arcadey. But yeah, I think it's got a good shot, and it's gorgeous. It's such a good-looking game.
Absolutely, yeah. They have amazing technology behind it. So what are you thinking, Daniel?
Well, we've seen it running on the PC mostly. Whether or not it could become that cross-platform success, obviously EA is going to invest a lot of resources, like I was talking about, in making the Battlefield franchise what it could and should be. But I think what Joel said, taking down Modern Warfare, this rivalry, it's good for gamers. It's what gamers need in order
we live for it, right? I mean, it's
absolutely.
a head-to-head, mano-a-mano. We've got Modern Warfare versus Battlefield, and you guys at home can decide what you think of it, because it's coming up in just a few minutes. Now, we've also got Mass Effect 3, which will be coming up. So we saw a little bit of it as a preview in the Xbox briefing with Kinect functionality for voice, which seems cool. Although, voice recognition's been around in a lot of games. I don't know why you need a Kinect for that. You just might be able to do it with your headset. So that's something I'm going to be asking Microsoft when they come to our stage. But they're going to show a brand new level in the EA briefing. And then, Daniel, Casey Hudson's going to come by and show us more Mass Effect. They've got a lot of demos here.
Absolutely.
It's not coming till next year. But, Joel, what's your take on Mass Effect?
I want to complain that they've kind of ditched some of the RPG stuff and gone more and more shooter, more and more action. But I have to say, I like the Mass Effect 2 a lot more than I liked the first one. So maybe if going action is where they need to go, then it's fine. But I'm kind of getting a little tired of Mass Effect, I have to say. Like, the story's cool, but it feels like it's taking forever to complete. So the third one, I'll enjoy it. It'll be good.
They really said it's 3. I mean, other games are up to 4, 5, 6.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll have to see what happens with Commander Shepard.
One more, but then I'm going to be done.
Well, and on the action front, I think, I've thought about this long and hard, lost some sleep over it, Jeff. And I think the thing is, if you're going to have an action element in your game, it might as well be the best action element that it could possibly be.
They refined the action. That's the thing is, there's nothing worse than an action game that doesn't do action right.
Right.
You got to have the right controls, the right cover system, all that stuff. And Mass Effect has really nailed that.
Yeah, and they're progressing. If you're going to do it, get it as good as it can be. But focus on what makes Mass Effect special is the story and immersing yourself in that universe and becoming a part of that universe. And they're not going to lose that even if the game gets better at action.
And the battle comes back to Earth. We're going to be showing that live a little bit later here exclusively on Spike and Game Trailers. So stay tuned for that. Another game that we're going to see is SSX. We had the first gameplay of that last week on GTTV's E3 special. Peter Moore was on stage, back with Microsoft, and he'll be on stage at EA. SSX, are you excited about that one, Daniel?
I think, reinventing that franchise, which at one point had an awesome niche carved out for itself, no pun intended, but actually it was very intended. But anyway, SSX is obviously poised to reposition itself and do something special. I was at a press event where they showed it off, and it looked really unique. So yes, I'm intrigued. Let's put it that way.
Well, there's been a lot of controversy around that, too, because we announced it at the VGAs, and people saw the trailer, and they're like, it seems dark, like they're trying to be like Call of Duty or something, and now they're kind of making it more fun, like the fans wanted with the SSX Tricky, things like that. Joel, are you a big action sports guy?
I'm not, although SSX was one of the few franchises that I actually would play around with.
Yeah.
My problem always tends to be, after a while, I'm a really lazy gamer, so I don't put in the time to get good at stuff. And so I always look forward to reboots of franchises, because it's like, all right, everybody's going to suck at this again, and I can start over. But I actually think the art style looks great in that. Like, I think it's... I like sports games that aren't necessarily going for realism and verisimilitude and all that stuff.
When EA brought back NBA Jam last year, there are rumors that they're going to do NFL Blitz at some point. I mean, all these classics, it's great stuff. So we will see. And then we've also got Star Wars The Old Republic they'll be talking about, Madden NFL, FIFA's going to be in that briefing, and then there's also a big announcement from Insomniac Games about their brand new world and franchise. They're going to debut, I think, the first trailer for that coming up in just a few minutes. So lots of excitement coming up. All right, let's head on over to Amanda now to count us down to EA.
Thanks, Jeff. That's right. The EA press conference is scheduled to run for 1 hour, and after that, we're going to have instant reactions, as well, of course, as fan reactions, too. In addition, we've got the demo coming up for one of the most anticipated titles of this year's E3. Of course, I am talking about Twisted Metal. David